What's going on, y'all? H-Stock here, going to be talking about this story that's been going around about Mulatto apparently said that there's been some artists, in order for them to agree to do a feature with Mulatto on her upcoming album, she claims that they tried to slide in her DMs, so to speak.
What do you mean by that?
So like, I don't care. Like, baby, I'm gonna just keep it 100. It's a feature on my album. That it was difficult to clear, and they like trying to drop their nuts on me because I won't respond to a DM.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? Is it and without saying the name, but is it artist or producer or somebody?
Artist.
Oh wow.
Artist, yeah.
And they'll still be on the album?
Yeah, just because I love the song so much and I had to turn it in yesterday, so I didn't really have a choice. So I was like backed into a corner like bully. But I wish more females would speak up on stuff. I know like the labeling and stuff, they say, don't do that, bad business, whatever. Man, these folks be trying to drop nuts on female rappers.
then,
like, I'm not gonna shut up about it.
Also, too, Latto, it's like you gotta expose the game too.
Yeah.
Because there's somebody that's coming up either next to you, behind you, or
Right.
it could be a year or two. And sometimes, Latto, we think that that's the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
Like some people probably think like, oh, that's how you get in the business.
Right.
That's how you get a song
We tolerate
cleared.
too much. We think like, oh well, that just come with the game being a female rapper. No, it shouldn't though.
Right.
I'm
It
sorry you
shouldn't.
have to
That's
deal with
lame.
that.
Because
Yeah, it's
they
lame.
definitely wouldn't do that to pick any
You
male rapper.
you ain't doing that to your fellow male rapper.
Yeah, you're not
Like,
hitting
come
future up
on.
like, hey man, what's happening, man?
Now, something like this is, I would dare to say it's almost common to hear about happen in the rap industry. Whereas you will have, whether it's a male rapper, a producer, someone who's in a really high ranking position on the corporate level for one of these record labels, they may actually try to request favors in return for them being signed on to their label, in terms of agreeing to do a collab with them, in terms of agreeing to be featured on a song. And this is something that unfortunately I've heard about this happen a lot, not only in the music industry, but in the industry. You look at YouTube, people do that shit too. YouTubers do this stuff as well. I'm looking at you, Fresh and Fit. People who have this mindset of, oh, I'm gonna try to request a favor from you that is in a non-professional, non-business way. If you want me to collaborate with you on a project, a video, a podcast, an interview, whatever the case may be. And you even take it away, you even take a step back, you even look at corporate America. This happens in corporate America all the time. But the difference with corporate America and this is, well, of course, you look at female artists, they have a lot more pull and a lot more influence. Whereas if they were to come out and say, oh, this guy right here, he tried to request a favor from me if I wanted to be promoted to a regional manager or district manager, I got to do X, Y, and Z to get into that door, which is a lose-lose situation. If that person in the corporate America was to come out and say, oh, this high-ranking official requests me to do sexual favors to get that position, and you speak out against them, it's really a 50-50 case if you ain't got no proof, probably less than that. But you compare it to somebody who's like a female artist, who is someone like Mulatto, who has a lot of pull, who has a pretty decent sized fan base. Some people may not know who she is, but she is an up and coming rapper nonetheless. And there's been people calling for her to out, whoever it is that's been doing this. But even with someone like Mulatto, it's really a lose-lose situation, because if she was to come out and out whoever it is, then we know what's going to happen. We know the template that's going to take place. We're going to have PR teams come out and say, oh, well, on behalf of such and such, he denies these allegations. He says they're false. And then you're going to have his stance say that, oh, well, she's lying, blah, blah, blah. Her stance saying, oh, he's lying, blah, blah, blah. Because we know that if it is true, whoever the artist is, and a lot of people think it's Kodak Black. And the reason why people assume it's Kodak Black, because Kodak has a history of wanting to bang people who he collaborated with. I think there was an alleged rumor, take this with a grain of salt, that he even tried to shoot his shot at Young Ma. I don't know how true this is. I don't know. But if that is true, that is extremely wild. It's a peculiar situation with the ongoing case revolving around Meg Stallion and Tory Lanez, where it's really a peculiar case where it's like you got that going on. If you have something like this go on, then you're gonna have whoever it is, fan base, try to come at Latto and say, oh, she's bullshitting, blah, blah, blah. Where they look at it like, okay, if you don't do this, nobody will know who the fuck you are. And I think that's fucked up because you're kind of looking at it from a standpoint of her sexuality instead of what she brings to the table as an artist and what value she could offer to the industry. It fucks it up. But I think what has to happen is Latto does not need to be the only one stepping forward. There has to be a bunch of other artists, like say Latto, Cardi B, whoever else is up and coming and is already a superstar in the industry, needs to kind of step forward all together and point the fingers at different people. That way it's not just one female rapper like Latto saying, oh, it's this guy. It's not just Latto, it's a lot of other people. And I think stuff like this, it goes from the bottom to the top. It goes from the rappers to the producers to the people who edit the music videos, vice versa. And I feel like it's very nasty and disgusting because it's like, it shows your lack of professionalism. And this kind of also boils down as to why you should never really mix business and pleasure. You need to learn how to have a bit of a professionalism switch to turn on and off, where you know how to be professional and you know how to turn it off and, you know, be more of a personal, you know, level-headed person and know what you got to do in a professional manner and know what to do on a more of a private, personal level. I do think for the most part, I do have a lot of reason to believe her. And even though a part of me would want her to come out and point the finger at who it is, it's really a lose-lose situation, which is why I say that more female rappers and artists need to stand up to labels and not just don't let it just, you know, go as far as rappers. If it's producers, if it's high-ranking executives at record labels like Atlantic Records or whoever else, whatever other record label, if there's a whole lot of that stuff going on, it needs to be exposed by female rappers. The power is y'all's. Now, with that being said, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Do you believe Latto's statements, or do you think that this is just, you know, a bunch of bullshit? Let me know what you think in the comments. And till next time, it's been A-Stock here, and I'm out. Peace.